Hey, what's up, legends? Jimmy here from Unstoppable International, and we've got something really special for you today. It's actually an interview with one of our awesome clients. He's going to share with you some of his phenomenal results that he's just got. It's absolutely even blown me away, where he's just been a true testament of the program and what it can deliver. But also, he's going to talk about some of the stuff that he struggled with initially. He actually does touch on a few personal issues for himself, talking about anxiety and depression and how he's tried to overcome that by incorporating a healthier lifestyle. But also, he's put on 9 kilos of solid lean muscle within the space of 6 months of doing one of our programs here at Unstoppable. But look, that's enough from me, guys. Actually, before we even do get into the video, go below this here. There'll be a button. Click on that and you can find out more about the actual program that Azza did himself. And you can find out if you fit the bill to be one of our next transformations as well. So once you go down there, pop in your details, come back to the video here, and you can see the interview exactly about how he went about it and how you can get results similar to him as well. Anyways, boys, let's go over to the interview now. I'll see you in the gym. What's up, everyone? Jimmy here from Unstoppable International. We've got Azza. We're in the gym. We just finished up a session, and we're just going to have a quick chat about some of Azza's results, which has been absolutely phenomenal. And actually how he got him. He's been training with us for about the last 6 months, doing one of our programs, and we're just going to talk about some of the stuff that he found challenging, some of the stuff that he found, maybe some of the frustrations and hurdles he got in the way, and how he overcame them and to get the results to what he's got today. So, hey, how you doing? So, man, tell us a little bit, before you even came to the gym, like what was your training like? What was your health and fitness like?
Training was bad. Health and fitness was all-time low, to be honest. Went back to England March last year, probably about 78, 79 kilos. Came back in September this year, about 17, nearly 71. So yeah, pretty bad. Bad depression, bad anxiety. Yeah, pretty horrific, to be honest. So
yeah,
flatmate Owen was coming here previously. He said to come along, see how we go on. And yeah, definitely the best thing I've ever done, to be honest.
Yeah, very nice.
Put on 7, nearly 8 kilos now, so I'm up to 79, pushing 80, which was...
And we've been about 6 months, hey?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What's that in total in kilos that you've put on?
Would be about 9 kilos now.
So put on 9 kilos, solid lean muscle. That's phenomenal in about, 6 months' time?
Yeah, it's pretty good going.
More or less, 6 months, yeah.
Just over about 7 months now.
Yeah, nice. So speak to us a little bit more, like what was the stuff happening, what was your day-to-day sort of stuff like before coming here? Like, what was your energy levels like? What was your health like?
Yeah, energy levels were definitely low, especially not eating properly. I was pushing 1 meal a day some days, so I'm back up to more than what I ever used to eat, with probably nearly 5 meals a day, which is good for your energy levels anyway. But the training brings out the best in you in terms of, your eating habits need to be right to train properly.
Yeah.
So you couldn't just eat 1 meal a day to...
Oh, totally, man. Totally. And I remember you saying something to me not long ago. It's just like you could feel like, actually at the very beginning, it was just like each session every week, it was just like you're feeling your energy was getting better, your state of mind was getting sharper, and you're feeling a lot more positive about things and stuff as well.
Yeah, state of mind's definitely
Yeah.
a big thing for me. It was something to focus on.
Totally.
Not just leaving work, going home, sitting down, watching TV, sort of feeling lazy. It was actually nice to focus on coming to the gym 4 days a week and, everything that goes with it as well. Work was definitely getting better. The strength was one thing that I definitely noticed improve quite quickly. And then there was days where I was struggling to eat. We were saying about eating 5 meals a day. That didn't happen straight away. You had me on, I think it was about 2,800 calories, which was, I was generally found a lot of food, but I just got to that point in about January where I was actually getting a lot hungrier a lot more often, which just got me up to probably about 3,000 calories in the end. I'm up to about 3,500 now. So.
And are you finding it hard now to get that sort of food in?
No, to be honest, even over the last few weeks, I've actually been hungrier again and again. So I'm even contemplating squeezing another meal in if I can. So.
Because there's a lot of guys that are going to be watching this that are in the same boat where they call like the hard gainer or the skinny guy or the lanky kid of their group or whatever, and the biggest thing that they find out of that is that they're trying to just eat. They feel like that they eat heaps.
Yeah.
But then when we come down to actually doing the tracking side of things, having a quick look at actually their daily or weekly intake, they're quite surprised at how little that they're actually eating. Hey.
Yeah. And That's it. You have got to keep a track on it, even though I don't always do my daily fitness pal. I am keeping track of what I've been eating.
MyFitnessPal, by the way, guys, is just an online app like that we use to just like a food diary, so we can sort of just track what we're doing.
Yeah. But it's the whole diet. It's making sure that from eating breakfast to to actually eating the right foods, eating your chicken, your turkey, your beef.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds obvious to a lot of people, but I always knew I needed to eat properly. But especially back in England, I ended up working a lot of hours again. I was eating Macca's, I was eating Chinese takeaways, and I knew it was bad for me, but at the same time you find yourself going, I'm too busy to eat properly. But actually you're never too busy to eat properly. Half an hour food prep can do probably 2 meals in a day.
Totally.
2 meals for 2 days, and it's...
So what do you feel like has been what do you feel like was the sort of the most challenging part about after you've started here?
Don't know.
Like, was it hard adjusting to the new routine? Was it hard getting used to new food or eating more food?
Yeah, eating more food was definitely the hardest thing for me because I felt like I needed to change everything straight away, and it's not until you do it for a few weeks and you realise not everything's going to happen overnight. You're not going to put on that massive amount of muscle in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You're not going to put on the kilos from eating.
Despite what all the crazy supplements say. Hey?
And that's it. There's a lot of hype about it, but you've got to realise it's a perseverance thing. It's a long, it's a long-term gain. And originally I signed up for 3 months and thinking that would be ample, and you realise after that 3 months that if you want to keep the results going, you've got to keep training, you've got to keep putting it in, and there's a lot of self-discipline involved as well. Especially the financial side of it is one big thing. Like $150 a week seemed, for me, it was a lot of money compared to the wages I was earning, and I kind of break it down to how I was spending money on a regular basis. And for me, it means basically staying in on Friday night for a definite, staying in probably every third Saturday night as well, just to make sure you got that bit of extra money. And for me, I keep saying about me, but everyone's situation is different. This was what I wanted, how I could have spent money going out on the beer, going out partying, doing whatever you want to do on a Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah.
I'd rather be in here training.
Yeah.
And it's not just what you give up, it's the long-term results,
I remember you saying to me, actually, when you first started, you're like, you know what? $150, I could spend that in a Saturday night easy.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't bat an eyelid. But now I'm going to go to this, and now you're a convert. You're like saying to the boys at work, you're like, wait, come on, you spend $250 on a weekend just pissing it up the wall.
And there's a lot of the boys at work said, you're not still going to your personal trainer, are you? It's a lot of money. I'm like, but at the same time, they're out on the beer twice a week. And as much as, we'd all like to be out drinking, we enjoy the social aspect. I don't miss getting hungover every Saturday going to work feeling like shit. And
but are you still drinking beer though?
Still going out drinking. I'm not saying I don't drink at all. I still go out every probably 2 or 3 weeks, especially now playing football again on a Saturday, going out drinking with the boys. Like I said, I'm one of the fortunate few in terms of I came here to put on weight, so not everything had to change for me. Like the calorie intake, obviously there's no good calories in beer, but there's a lot of guys who have to give up a lot to actually get leaner, fitter. For me, it was a bit different, but I still go out, I still drink. I'm not saying, I'm not perfect, I still have the odd takeaway, but I don't crave the takeaways like I used to. It's amazing when your diet changes and you start eating healthier on a regular basis.
Man, you're a true testament, for just taking the game plan and just putting it in and understanding that it's just like a daily thing, because you've just been like, you haven't missed a session, you missed like one training session in like 1 or 2 training sessions in like the 6 months, and that was just because you were so sick from the flu, you couldn't come in.
Yeah, I was generally sick for the first time, and that was only a few weeks ago as well.
And that's just like, put in the game plan, follow the training, follow the nutrition, and the rest just sort of follows.
Yeah. And the incentive is there straight away. Like everyone's circumstances are a bit different. Like I said, $150 a week is a lot of money in anyone's world, depending on what you can afford and what you can. But for me, the incentive is there. Averages out about $40 a session. So if you want an incentive to get in from work and go to the gym, it's there. If not, you're basically throwing $40 away. And
totally.
There's a lot of reasons why I come, and it's not just financial. I didn't have any major goals coming here. I've said that to you, but I wanted to try and get up around 80 kilos, and to think I've actually done that, and I've actually loved every session I've come to. I'm not just saying that because you're here and you're interviewing me. I've genuinely enjoyed coming here. I enjoy. You make it fun to come. The boys are here.
Hey, look at this guy.
The boys are here. Honestly, make it enjoyable, and I've made some good friends coming here as well. There was nothing daunting about coming here. There wasn't afraid of the big guys over in the corner, like using the big weights type thing, as you might get in some gyms. You got big guys like Azza, probably one of the nicest guys.
Another Azza.
Yeah. Must be something about that.
Yeah.
I generally couldn't recommend this enough. I thoroughly enjoyed it for 7 months, and I'll be keeping it up for another couple of months as well. So.
Amazing, man. And so I think one more thing before, that people sort of say to you quite a lot that I know you've said to me is that, man, like, you could just go to a normal gym and just do it by yourself. Like, what do you say to them then?
Like, at the moment, I still don't feel like I'm ready to go to a gym myself and do it. I don't know if I'm still motivated enough to go, I'm going to go back. Going to go home from work, I'll go to the gym, then you put it off one day, you put it off 2 days, all of a sudden you've not trained for a week. I have learnt enough here, and I do generally know that I could go to a gym and train myself, but I think until you're ready and disciplined enough to do it, I think you're better off going to some sort of session.
That's awesome.
And making sure somebody motivates you enough to do it.
So that's the key element, isn't it? It's not the fact of that you're going to a gym, it's the accountability and the motivation that you get from doing the program, not just with me, but you get all the push and drive from all the other boys doing the program, because these guys everyone's supporting each other, lifting each other, almost like the camaraderie of like a team sport.
Everyone is helping each other. There is no competition. No one's looking at him going, I'm jealous of him, or he's not as good as me. Everyone's got their own goals, and everyone's helping each other push towards getting to where they want to get.
Totally.
The routine has been fantastic for me. I've needed it. People don't realise depression and anxiety are very, very hard things to deal with and open up and actually talk about. And coming back and this whole thing, this is one thing that's definitely helped me a lot. I'll never beat depression, I'll never beat anxiety. It doesn't work like that. But you can do a lot to help yourself. And if you do suffer, with any sort of mental illness, this is generally a really, really good way to sort of lift your spirits on a regular basis. I generally haven't felt as bad in the last 9 months as I felt in the last probably 10 years.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal, man. Azza, absolute legend right here. Thank you so much for your time, brother.